Good Monday afternoon, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith, and we're going to break down tomorrow's forecast in brief discussion once again. And we're going to go further into the week ahead and the weekend as this weather pattern continues to evolve. And this is the afternoon winter storm video forecast discussion for the Monday, the 25th of January, 2021. Well, so far the storm reports here show quite a lot of snow here in portions of northern California here into Nevada. Definitely some high wind watches or high wind damage reports here. 68-mile-an-hour winds here in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours or so. Snow across the upper Midwest here in the Central Plains actually due to the fact that we have that isentropic lift event going on. We've had severe reports of heavy rain and hail in some of these storms that have discreetly passed now just to the west of Houston and into Arkansas and Memphis, Tennessee. And yeah, we have other reports of flash flooding from some of the heavy rain that's come down now across portions of Kansas and Kansas City, Missouri as well. And on the north side here into Ohio, we're starting to break out with some of the snow right now and the rain. Also getting into the Tennessee River Valley area, also into the Carolinas at this point as this isentropic lift event continues to develop. Yeah. And once again, we see this nicely with our new storm system entering the west coast here. There's a lot of snow going on in this area here and high winds as well. Snow in the mountains here in Arizona. Here comes that discrete line of showers and thunderstorms across Texas, waxing and waning into Arkansas and Missouri here. This is snow out in here. And this is all rain out in here ahead of our isentropic lift event. But you can already see that the system is running into a convergent and confluent flow here, as we mentioned in the earlier video and in previous videos. So that's going to change a lot of the forecast because this is not going to produce a major storm along the northeast. However, there will be some snow and there will be some ice, and we'll get into that in just a moment. If we took a look at the visible structure of the satellite this morning and this afternoon, as the sun's coming up, here's our storm system in question here across the mid-plains. Here is the line of showers and thunderstorms on the visible satellite this morning. And also on the northern reaches, we have high and middle level clouds spilling over the top of this storm as it gets going to approach our neck of the woods. And very, very cold air cumulus clouds here out over the ocean too. This shows you how cold the atmosphere is right now. And the sun's just starting to come up on the visible satellite here over the west. And here is our new storm system coming in. And we have gale and storm watches here out over the Pacific coast. Once again, this map from the National Weather Service shows all the hazards here across the country, and it is active. It is. Doesn't seem so here in New Jersey, New York, and Philadelphia just yet, but things are going to change. Patience is prudence at this moment. And again, out of State College, Pennsylvania here, we're looking for winter weather advisories here from just south of Williamsport through State College, Harrisburg, Lancaster, getting into Baltimore. This really hasn't changed, and they have not put up any other things here in the New Jersey, New York, I-95, Philadelphia corridor just yet, but I would suspect some winter weather advisories, at least with some of the ice that's coming. Storm Prediction Center's updated hourly mesoscale analysis showing where everything is located. High pressure is off the east, right over the top of us right now. Here comes the low out of Missouri and the Oklahoma area here. Isentropic lift event here going on and developing across the region. Here's our new storm system coming in. Now, I wanted to take a look at the 300 millibar analysis, which are jet structure. So there's plenty of jet culprits in all of this, but if you really want a major winter storm, you wouldn't want anything to look quite like this. 500 millibars. Jet structure is, again, convergence and confluence here between a polar jet and a subtropical jet here. So that is not going to help you out with the snowstorm here. Here is the 850 millibar analysis now. And this is where, we've got the cold air in place right now, and precipitation riding eventually over the top of this cold dome will produce some snow before everything begins to mix over to some sleet and then rain as you get to the coastal waters. So that's what it looks like now. If you moved in 6 hours from now, well, that's where the precipitation starts to change around again into the form of rain as you get to the Delmarva Peninsula and the Virginias here. So, we've got winter weather occurring in these areas here for tonight, but then as we move into tomorrow, things are going to change. A little bit of, snow here, but again, this is a predecessor of what is yet to come. Well, after going through the teens this morning, temperatures have risen into the upper 20s, low and mid 30s across all of the New Jersey area. There's not much of a wind chill out there. Check this and see if this comes up now. There's not much of a wind chill, but it does feel quite cold in Sussex County at 16. But other areas faring about where the ambient air temperature is right now. Dew points, again, are going to be very dry. Let's refresh this. They're going to be in the teens, which they are right now. And let's check the wind speeds because they are pretty light out of the northwest right now. And we don't see any large wind gust either because high pressure is centered right over the area right now. So that makes the wind gust a little bit less. Of course, they're a little higher here in northwestern New Jersey, and that's the reason why some of the air temperatures with the wind chill feel like they're in the upper teens this afternoon at 12 noon. We'll start off with the 12Z model guidance now from the NAM model guidance coming in, and here's that burst of snow. And you can see it's weakening too as it pulses through the Virginias with the rain on the east side of this and some mixed precipitation. And then, everything begins to lighten up now. The latest model guidance really shows that there is a problem here, because if this is correct, then, there's not going to be a lot of snow. If anything, it's going to be freezing precipitation on the light side. And that freezing precipitation is the problem, not the snow, as a surface low, and it's pretty weak at 1,006 millibars off the Delaware coast here by the time we get into Wednesday morning. So we're not looking at a lot of snow here. Maybe, on the back end here, there could be a little bit of snow. Again, with this weather system and this isentropic lift event, if we went into the total snowfall here, and we got out to 60 hours, taking us out to Thursday. I mean, there could be little or no snow here, and there could be front-end snow here, which is showing up across the Delmarva region initially, and then drying up as you get into Pennsylvania and most of New Jersey, except for maybe northern New Jersey around I-80 and points north. But that doesn't look incredible to me at all. And this is the thing here that impresses me the most. It's the ice. So, if you're going to have this kind of ice situation tomorrow with precipitation waxing and waning and drying up in the atmosphere over a cold dome of surface air temperatures near freezing or below freezing at ground level, this is where, roads are going to be slick. We discussed that. Taking a look at the European model guidance from 6Z this morning, this is out to 90 hours. The 6Z and the 18Z are out to 90 hours. And here is our isentropic lift event in a confluent flow. So that weakens, and you're noticing the PVA is strung out, and it's really not that important. Looks like there could be a little bit more PVA on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, but that looks strung out too. So let's go back to the west coast here because that's our new storm system coming into the west coast here. So forget about this and this because this is out of sync. So that's not really going to work out in your favor. And then as you get into Thursday and Friday, it's still out of sync because you have this here, this upper level low here, this one here. So there's no connection between all of these features that are going on at the same time. So if this was here and the ridge axis was here, that could dynamically change the fact that these two could become negatively tilted. And even though it looks like it's trying to do that, it's still positively tilted, and this doesn't join this, so this heads out to sea, and you're left with a bunch of nothing. But here comes more storm energy off the west coast, and again, this ridge axis looks good, but downstream of this, not so good just yet. No. Looking at the teleconnections, once again, where the North Atlantic oscillation is in the negative, and as we head into the first week of February, it's rising up a little bit, but still in the negative according to most of the model guidance, excepting the European high resolution, which, you know, has gone into this dip here. Well, something is going on here during this time frame, and we can see this in all the model guidance between February 1st and February 3rd. So there could be some kind of a storm as the phase change happens, and we mentioned this, and that would be the Sunday night and Monday, Tuesday period here. Arctic oscillation definitely supports everything in the negative. That's cold air, and that's the Arctic oscillation hasn't changed. The EPO, there's a lot of change here, but this looks like a pretty decent signal for something to happen here on the East Coast. And then we look at the PNA, and this looks interesting too because, you know, originally everything was in the tank. But in this period here, especially for February 1st through February 3rd, it looks like it wants to go neutral to slightly above. So there's a signal here for some kind of storm on Sunday and Monday in this period. That would be the trifecta that we spoke about. Taking a look at the surface features from last night's European model guidance here, I can tell you that, well, the storm for the storm for Thursday is not here. Maybe southern New Jersey, maybe snowflakes in the air here in northern New Jersey, but going to deepen too far out to see underneath this block that's occurring. The next feature is very cold air coming into the northern mid-Atlantic, all of the East Coast actually, all the way down to Florida with this high pressure zone at 1024 millibars. So even Florida is going to get really, really cold. Maybe the exception would be central and southern Florida, but here comes our next storm system. This would be the third one. This is the one we're concerned about because there's cold air damming in place. There's high pressure over northeastern Canada, the Hudson Bay region. At the same time, we've got, you know, a slower jet actually over the Pacific. So this one could turn out to be a formidable storm for people here in the northeastern United States. We just don't have all of the information. It is, again, closing in on 10 days out, 7 to 10 days out, but this pattern looks very interesting going forward. And the connection here for a snowstorm would have to be this Sunday and Monday, and that's what the European model guidance is suggesting at this time. Details need to be worked out. Once again, we have a lot of players on the field, but the field is broken up. You know, there's no constant contact between jet streams at this point, and so everything for tomorrow night, tonight, tomorrow actually, and again on Thursday and Friday doesn't really look good to me. But things on Sunday and Monday could change. There is a real possibility of some kind of a snowfall here during that period, and some ice and sleet as well, but again, I wouldn't bet your cards so heavily on it at the table at this moment, but we'll keep an eye on it. For everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. You enjoy your Monday afternoon.